Right now at noon, a hearing happening today in the battle over abortion right here in Florida.
The Florida Supreme Court is hearing arguments on whether Florida voters will get a chance to vote on abortion rights on the November ballot. Local 10's Glenna Milberg is in the newsroom with the arguments on both sides. Glenna.
Christy, Janice, the question before the state's high court has nothing to do with abortion law in Florida and everything to do with whether or not voters, you, will have the chance to decide it. Almost 1 million Floridians signed petitions to get it on the November ballot, and now justices need only to approve the language. And this morning, they heard arguments as to why they should or should not.
What degree of knowledge we should attribute to the voter.
Justices jumped in with questions almost from the start.
Does the summary describe what the amendment says, or does the summary describe what the amendment does?
The questions got broad in concept and granular in grammar.
There's 4 words that doom this amendment. No law shall restrict. That is breathtakingly broad.
Attorneys representing Florida's Attorney General are asking justices to keep off the November ballot this question. No law shall prohibit, penalize, delay, or restrict abortion before viability when necessary to protect the patient's health as determined by the patient's healthcare provider.
Nearly 1 million Floridians and counting have made clear they want to vote on the amendment before this court. This amendment follows the directive given by the U.S. Supreme Court in Dobbs that the people should decide how their state may govern abortion.
Though the question of legal abortion is one of the state's most controversial subjects legally, justices are only considering 2 things here: whether the question is clear to voters and whether it is a single subject.
How do we expect the voters to understand the legal effect when there's no explanation at all given as to a legal effect other than parroting?
Because the words that are used are understood by voters in the context in which they are used, there is no question that voters understand what viability means in the abortion context.
A lot of Q&A today in that court. No decision today, but the court has to opine by April 1st. If it makes the ballot, it would need 60% of the vote to pass and be put in Florida's Constitution, and that would undo restrictions Florida lawmakers put in place now and in the future. Christy?
Oh boy, a lot of moving parts there. Okay, thanks for breaking it down for us.